हाँ, अपना पॉलिटिकल का चैप्टर कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं। सबसे पहला आता है it means sovereignty in international law and independence of state vis-a-vis other states. And independence consequently the state is not subject to control of any external power. इसमें मतलब क्या हुआ, state can cede any part of Indian territory and acquire any foreign territory. ठीक है, अब दूसरा आता है इंटरनल सॉवरेनिटी। इंटरनल सॉवरेनिटी में क्या आएगा, इट स्टैंड फॉर द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द स्टेट एंड पीपल, रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन state and the people living in it. Internal sovereignty means supreme authority within one territory. ठीक है, India's national sovereignty be indivisible, no state. इंडिया की जो sovereignty है वो no state or group of state can and will leave the union. Annul the constitution or leave the union. Supreme Court in synthetic chemical limited versus state of यूपी। कब का केस है ये, 1990 का। इसमें क्या था, sovereign means that the state has authority over everything within the restriction given by the constitution. No modern state can be considered truly sovereign as the restraints exist in entities जो कि create organization ठीक है। तो अभी इसमें देखते हैं सॉवरेन। अब एक और चीज देखेंगे इसमें हम। It has to be realized that sovereignty is legal fiction. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया हमारा इसका। अब आता है सोशलिज्म। अब आता है सोशलिज्म की पारी। सोशलिस्ट का देखते हैं। Socialist state, broadly speaking, characterized by community rather than private ownership or control of property or natural resources. The word socialist was not present in the original constitution, as the founding father did not want constitution to be wedded to any political identity. It was 1976 इसमें जब हुआ था ये. They noted that the amendment text gave utmost importance to word socialist as it is placed next to the word sovereign. India always had leaning towards socialism, not only because of preference of the founding fathers but also because of suffering under capitalist colonial power. This can also be seen from inclusion of DPSP in the constitution, Specifically, Article 39 BC, as emphasized by Ambedkar, are the constituent the eco-socialist ideas in Indian constitution, based on intention of framers, constitution in framework of constitution and the interpretation of Supreme Court. In various cases, it is said that the term socialist can be used in preamble refers to democratic socialism. This type of socialism signifies the achievement of socialist goal through democratic, revolutionary, and non-violent means. Essentially, it means that wealth is generated socially. Wealth should be shared equally by the society through distributive justice and not get concentrated in hand of few. Hence, it seeks to fulfill the objective of securing economic justice and equality of opportunity. डेमोक्रेटिक जस्टिस में क्या होता है ये इसकी डेफिनेशन है. Quite early, socialism envisaged in India means neither the abolition of private property nor the nationalization of all means of production. As India has opted for democratic socialism, thus mixed economy was conceived along with provision of equal opportunity, abolition of vested interest, and elimination of inequality in income, status, and standard of living. Hence, such a conceptualization of socialism in the Indian constitution is more line with Gandhian principle rather than pure Marxism. The new economic policy of 1991 introduced an era of liberal LPG, giving more importance to private sector than public sector in the country. At the same time, India has equally invested in schemes to eradicate poverty in programs of social welfare, rural development, health, and education. Although challenges like concentration of wealth and inequality still prevail in India. By 1976, no 1950, the definition of socialism was synonymous with the pattern of economy in the erstwhile USSR. So, explicit definition 1943 would be made us what USSR was following. However, the understanding of the founding father was much matured because of collective wisdom, and the category left out its explicit provisioning in the preamble. By the word socialism, the constitution means the achievement of socialist ends to democratic means. ठीक है. Private property, disease, ignorance shall be eliminated. Property and privilege in any form shall occupy a strictly limited space. All citizens shall have equal opportunity. Ethical shall contribute to enrichment of individual and communal life. Jawaharlal Nehru described as socialism as one which is based on political liberty, equality, tolerance. Under democratic social people, individual freedom and initiative, centralized social control, and planning of economic life of people. Nehru favored a positive role of private sector, which fueled effective state control. यूज तो करा ही है. साफ किया है है। ठीक है, साइड से लाओ, साइड से। हो गया। According to Supreme Court, the principal aim of socialism is to eliminate equality and income standard of life and to provide decent standard to life to working people. Democratic socialism aims to end poverty, inequality, disease, to provide decent standard of life. Working socialist concept of society should be implemented in a true spirit of the constitution. So, while defining socialist establishment of, why do you define social in narrow sense as communist? Hmm. Hmm. इसको करेंगे भाई, बाद में करेंगे। हम्म। No way. Medieval India refers to a period between 8th and 17th century, marked by significant social, economic, political, and cultural transformation. A notable development during this period was increasing trend toward land ownership and resultant social economical shifts, leading to what has been termed the feudal mode of society. After the decline of Harsha Empire in 7th century, a number of large states arose in North India, Deccan and South India. Unlike the Gupta and Harsha's empire in North India, none of the other kingdoms in North India were able to bring the entire Ganga Valley under its control. The Ganga Valley, with its population and other resources, was the basis on which the Gupta rulers and Harsha had been able to extend their control over Gujarat, which, with its rich seaports and manufactures, was important for overseas trade. In South India, Cholas were able to bring the Krishna, Godavari, and Kaveri delta under their control. This was the basis for the supremacy in southern India. South India. Last states arose in northern India and Deccan between 750 to 1000 AD. These were the Pala Empire dominated eastern India till middle of 19th century. The Pratihara dominated western India and upper Ganga valley till middle of 10th century, and the Rashtrakuta Empire dominated the Deccan and also controlled territories in northern and southern at the various times. Each of these empires, although they fought among themselves, provided stable condition of life over large area, extended agriculture, built ponds and canals, and gave patronage to arts and letters, including temples. Of the three, the Rashtrakuta Empire lasted the longest. It was not only the most powerful empire of the time, but also acted as bridge between northern and southern India in economic as well as in cultural matters. ठीक है? The Palas and Pratiharas clashed with each other for the control of the area extended from Banaras to South Bihar, which again has rich resources and well-developed imperial traditions. The Pratiharas also clashed with Rashtrakutas of the Deccans. Tripartite struggle of Kannauj 8th to 9th century. Kannauj was located in the central Ganga Valley as a fertile, resource-rich region. It was an important political, economic, and cultural center in early medieval India. The three major dynasties fought for its control: Gujar Pratiharas, Palas, and Rashtrakutas. This prolonged conflict is called tripartite struggle. Tripartite struggle. Causes क्या क्या थे भाई इसके कारण क्या क्या थे? कन्नौज was a former capital of Harshvardhana, symbolizing imperial authority. Control over Kannauj means dominance over North India. The central Ganga Valley was agriculturally fertile and economically prosperous. Kannauj was strategically located on major trade routes, including links to Silk Road, desire for territorial expansion, and war booty. Course and consequences. The conflict began when Pratihara ruler Vatsaraj and the Pala ruler Dhrampala both attempted to capture Kannauj. Vatsaraj defeated Dharampala but was himself defeated by Rashtrakuta ruler Dhruva, who was who also humbled the Palas. This triangular rivalry intensified over time. Later, Nagabhatta Pratihara king conquered Kannauj. He also defeated Dhampala, strengthening Pratihara control. During this period, Rashtrakuta expanded their influence elsewhere and maintained power through military campaigns and marriage alliances. By the end of 9th century, 9th century मतलब आज से, both the Palas and Rashtrakutas weakened due to the continuous wars. Ultimately, Gujarat Pratihara emerged victorious in this struggle for Kannauj and established their dominance over the central and northern India. The Rashtrakuta 755 से 775. While the Palas and Pratiharas were ruling over northern India, Deccan was being ruled by Rashtrakutas, the remarkable dynasty, which produced a long line of warriors and able administrators. The kingdom was founded by Dante Durga, who set up his capital at Manyakhed or Malkhed in modern Sholapur. The Rashtrakuta soon dominated the entire area of northern Maharashtra. They also engaged with the Pratiharas for the overlordship of Gujarat and Malwa. Although their raids did not successfully in extension of Rashtrakuta Empire to Ganga Valley, they brought rich plunder and added to the fame of Rashtrakutas. The Rashtrakuta also fought constantly against eastern Chalukyas of Vengi in modern Andhra Pradesh and in south against Pallavas of Kanchi and Pandyas of Madurai. Rashtrakuta ruler. Rashtrakutas were of Kannada origin and the Kannada language was their mother tongue. ठीक है। देखो गाइस क्या होगा, दंती दुर्ग सबसे पहले 3 साल तक रूल किया, 56 founder था राष्ट्रकूटा डायनेस्टी टू legitimize his rule he performed Arianaga Grabha ritual, a Vedic ceremony conducted under the guidance of Brahmins. This ritual symbolizes the ritualistic rebirth of ruler into Kshatriya Varna, even if he is not born into it. Okay. Krishna 1. He built the magnificent rock-cut Kailashnath temple at Ellora, which was the masterpiece of monolithic art. Is temple dedicated to Shiva. From Dante Durga's foundational assertion of sovereignty and Krishna one architecture achievement. Architecture achievement. The Rashtrakuta evolved into a dominant decadent power under the following kings. His reign was popular for cultural development. He followed Jainism. Jain Sena was the chief preceptor. He was a patron of literature and he himself wrote famous Kannada work Kavi Ragamarga. He built Rashtrakuta capital city of Malkhed Manyakheta on the bank of river Krishna. During his reign, Broj became his best port of his kingdom. Krishna III was the last in line of brilliant ruler. He was engaged in struggle against Paramaras of Malwas and eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. He also launched campaign against Chola ruler of Tanjore, who had supplanted the displaced the Pallavas of Kanchi. Krishna III defeated Chola king Prantaka I and annexed the northern part of the Chola Empire. He then pressed down to Rameshwar and set up a pillar of Viceroy there, victory there, and built a temple. After his death, all his opponents united against the successor. The Rashtrakuta capital Malkhed was sacked and burned in 1970. This marked the end of Rashtrakuta Empire. ठीक है भाई, हो गया भाई, बस यार इतना ही है। Thank you, that's for today.